Okay, hey guys, as you guys can see, I'm playing Fortnite, and I'm gonna show some rights and wrongs of the game. Now this is my personal favorite spot. If you're going to a spot, try to see if anybody else is going around there. Because if they are, they might try to steal your weapons. And just like that, you're dead. That was the first wrong. 1. Never go for a weapon that somebody else is going for as well. If they have a head start on where the weapon is, you probably should try to build a wall or something and get away as quick as you can. Because if they can get the weapon before you can, you're toast if you're too close to them. Especially with the shotgun. Everybody goes to different spots, so remember, sometimes nobody might go to that spot. But you can never be so sure about that. Here's a right. Make sure that you always check the area around you before you land. That way, so you know if anybody's around. And before you land, make sure that nobody's on the actual landing spot. To have the dents perfectly cut out, you have to do it as soon as 5 seconds hit. As you can see. Now, let's see. Make sure that you know where you're going. Some people might try to drop out before they even think about what they're doing. Make sure that where you're going is on the map before you drop out. Because if it isn't, you have less likely of a chance getting there before anybody else. Make sure that it's on the map. If it isn't on the map when you pass by it, drop out and get to that spot immediately. Now, as you can see, I'm checking the airspace around me. There's somebody else that might try to take one of my guns. But as you can see, I have a head start on one already. They're going to try to go after me, even though I have a tactical shotgun. If they did, they made the very wrong mistake. If there's a weapon on one of the other roofs, make sure that you're mining right here. You're going to want to try to get inside as soon as you can, and start getting whatever you can as soon as you're inside. Also, while you're up here, use the metal that you got to serve as a good way. Now, some people might think that you don't have a gun. Make sure that you're always holding out this. And any guns you spot, pick them up immediately. If you want to prove that you're here, make sure you make some noise. They'll know you here, and you probably wouldn't be mining until you have a gun. Or some players just think, oh, they're mining, let me go kill them. But sometimes those mining people could have a shotgun that's about to shoot them in the face. As you can see, nobody else clearly was interested in all of that, as you could clearly see. Now, these kinds of walls are the best walls. Mainly because they're the best ones. If you ran out, all you have to do is just go grab something from over here quickly. You should have your wall in a second. There. Now that this thing is fully up, you can start mining. Remember, steel is the most strongest one. When it's completely done, you'll know if they're trying to destroy it or not. It's also the loudest of all of them. As you can see, I have to take doing things cautiously. As you can see, they clearly were not ready for that kind of thing. Make sure that you fill in any gaps to make sure that people won't know your little weakness. As you can see, I'm very low in health, but I don't have anything to prove that. Let me just quickly repair that. Make sure you repair stuff as soon as possible. You never know when somebody might just be ready to chip that down to a very small point of where you're about to go repair it. The next thing you know, they just shot it down, and you're now dead. Try to make whatever kind of noise you can to symbolize you're here. But if you want to, make sure you make some noise. If they didn't care, just continue mining. However, if you hear footsteps, get your gun ready, because they're probably about to come around to check stuff out. Now, dang it. That's the most horrific part of this game, is when you do not have enough resources to make stuff. Stone's hard to get. Well, not stone, but you know, metal. Metal is hard to get, mainly because you can only find it in some certain places. People usually won't really try to go for an underground approach, but you never know if people might. Always make sure that you're ready, no matter what. Make sure that there are no weak points in your settlement. But for some reason, sometimes people might just do that. The worst part is if they mine through something that does not take as long. Such as is how they do this kind of thing. They get in by using a staircase, and then they'll either get out of there or just use it as their own personal place. And, well, this guy's clearly a lot worse than I thought he was. He's building a second layer to a little house. What is he doing? He's wasting resources. He's wasting resources, which was exactly what was going to get him killed. Do not waste resources. Resources are the most valuable thing in here. Once you've died, other people will get all of your resources. That's the problem, though. Some people don't care about theirs. Such as this person. That's pretty obvious because they just started putting down random wooden things because they just wanted to. Remember, make sure that you know what you're doing before you do anything. Because you don't want to start making noise when there's like 10 other players around. And you don't want to be completely quiet when there's when like the next player is like a mile away. That's an exaggeration, by the way. So yeah, pretty much make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure that the people that you know you can actually kill, make sure you have weapons before you start mining random things. If you're being attacked, it's good to mine random things. Okay, as you can see, since my thing is a bit more farther away, okay, Somebody's trying to get to mine before I can. If people are trying to get to yours before you can, make sure that they're landing on the ground and not on the roofs. The roofs are the most valuable place to be taken. If you find a potion, use it immediately. You never know when you might need to use it. Now this is the worst part. Having to mine down their base. They know you're up here. Only mine it until you have the correct amount of resources. After that, make sure you get far away from that base as soon as possible. Look if there's only ammo on the roofs. There we go. Sometimes people might leave. Sometimes people won't. Before you do anything, make sure you check in the area. Somebody's already searched this place, clearly. Which means nobody's around here. Must get as many materials as I can and start covering one of these sides. I'll need 40 metal before I can even do anything. This is going to be the one side that's going to be forced completely done. There we go, okay. Now let's start mining even more metal. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, guys, here's just a couple of the rights. So far, as you can see, I'm doing pretty good. Mainly because I'm following all the rights. 1. Make sure that your entrance is always secured, no matter what. And make sure that your way up is also gone. That way, so they actually have to come on in and build a platform just to be up there. See, there we go. Now, sometimes people might think it's funny to do this kind of prank. Yup, there they are. Yep. They just wait and wait and wait until you give them an entrance. It's stupid because they just wait on top all day. And by the time that they're waiting for you just to go up there, you've probably already gotten yourself a death treaty. Now they're just building them an iron cage here. What are they exactly planning to do? You've got to be kidding me. Nobody can get in or out of this place. You actually have to build a way up just to get out. What do they think they're doing? See, they're following one of the wrongs, is to never trap yourself into a small space. Mainly because through that window, one single bomb, 2 single bombs, could basically just destroy the floor. And then also destroy where you're... First of all, they're probably gonna kill you. Second of all, nobody really cares that much about. You always use structures as a good part. If you see structures that are like kind of broken down, make sure you'll know the difference between if it was somebody's past base or not. Mainly because there's one thing. If somebody actually placed it down, like a player, it doesn't matter what they do. If a player or anything else placed it down, you're just like about somewhere. Where are they? Now. Okay. I should be right above it any second. So this thing's gonna go right above it, which is the perfect thing for me. Mainly because some people are gonna drop out too early. And here's me. Boom! Straight down! Because other people actually have to use directional thing, which is going to slow down the progress of going down. Boom, here we go. As you can see, I have to look for an identification of a gun. Let's see, is that a gun? That be a gun. People might try to steal while you are. Such as this kind of, such as those kind of people who do that kind of thing. Sometimes it's a bit scary. Are they gonna break through me, or are they not? Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. If they're off the roof, that means that's good. But before you go down there, make sure that they're not anywhere around the place. Well, that was what I was going to say anyway, until a bunch of bombardments had to freaking break my eyes. I mean ears, not eyes. As you can see, they're probably... Now, this is bad. Let's see here. So, it looks like that the dusty thing is not going to be too bad. Okay. Always enter softly, as if you never even were in there at first. It's kind of hard to do that though. Okay, good. You need 80 metal to fortify both sides. If you're gonna fortify this place, you're gonna need 80 metal. Plus however you got in. In which I got in the easy way. No! Really? Ugh. I don't know how people get snipers in this freaking place, but when they do, they sit on top of somebody else's base just to snipe people. including the person in the base after they sniped almost every other person that tried to come around that space. No wonder it was so freaking quiet. I just kept on being shot by other people. Sometimes it's good to be in a duo. I'm going to tell you a couple more rights and wrongs, and then I'm going to go to duo. First, okay, I'm going to tell you 3 wrongs and 3 rights. 1. Make sure that if you're going to be cutting something down, that that any snipers or rocket launcher people are in range. Actually, that's really a right. No, that's wrong. Never make sure that snipers or rocket people are out of your range. Make sure if they make... That's wrong, by the way. Mainly because if they are in range, you're gonna have to hope that they're shooting somebody else and not you. If they are aiming at you, get behind the thing that you're about to cut down. If it was a one hit away tree, you might as well just kiss your life goodbye or build a wall and run away quickly. Okay. You know what? Just forget about that. Okay. That was really just some... That could be a right or a wrong, really. Okay. Okay. First, right. If you're entering duo or squad, make sure that you at least know what you're doing before you even do it. Like if you go into this one, I don't think that you're gonna get like the best player ever. You need to think about what kind of people could be in that particular mode, whether good or bad. It doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter how long you do it for. People will care eventually. Now, how are people supposed to care? That's the problem. In solo, it's every man/woman for himself. So, it doesn't matter at what point you do anything, you're eventually gonna die. Now, for people who come out on top, they're just freaking lucky. They're just lucky. Do you know? They're just probably good. They're probably just either lucky or good at the game. Like knowing where the chests are. Nobody cares about where the chests are going to be. Mainly because all people have to do is just know where one is. And all they do is just know where a couple of them are. Once they know where those are, they just have to get there first. Okay, last right. Never ever think that somebody in solo is going to be teaming up with you. Because after you've trapped yourself in the foot that you both made, he's just going to shoot you down and take your own stuff and then rebuild your whole foot right back to how he needed it and how he wanted it. First wrong. Never think that people are going to care whether or not your foot looks good. Another wrong. Do not build stuff from only one thing. If people find that one thing and there's nothing else to support it, if they break it, the whole thing's just gonna be destroyed. Mainly because once every support beam or something is destroyed, like if you just go up and up and up and up and up in the staircases, if you went all the way down and broke the first step you've ever placed before you made that giant staircase, you're just going to see the rest of it blow up along with the first staircase, because that's what happens. And last wrong, by the way, I told you were wrong already in the video, haha. Last wrong. Sometimes people think that in duo or squad that they should always stick together. In duo, unless it's your friend, in duo, don't always believe that person is going to be able to figure you out. Unless they have a mic, they will not know what you're talking about. Well, unless you have a mic, they will not know what you're talking about. But if you don't, but if you both don't have a mic, you might as well just, well, try to use stupid sign language or something. Now, also in squad, there's 4 people, which means you have 2, 3, or 4 of your friends. In duo, don't think that everybody's gonna be as good as what your friends are, because you could play with your friends, and you could possibly beat them immediately. In squad, you could play with 4 friends, and you could all still be able to play together. Mainly because all of your friends, they probably will have mics. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next live stream, which is probably gonna be in duo. Hopefully I don't find any weird people. Let's do this. I might just go into a party instead, but you're gonna see another live stream right after this one in duo. Well, not really. Tomorrow, though. Okay? You'll see duo tomorrow. And I'll see you guys later. Well, I don't know who's... I think I just accidentally did somebody else's outro there. But, anyway. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want. Like if you want. I'll see you guys in the next video. And goodbye, my fellow fans.